like A-list celebrities are in the Illuminati.
Yeah, so are you.
What?
I wish. I want to join, like, I'm down.
Hello.
I want to know how much money you have and where it's coming from.
Okay, work.
But we'll get... Because today, I'm going to be joining
Illuminati.
YouTubers in the Illuminati. So people like Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, James Charles, all people that you watch regularly, or I watch regularly at least. Shane actually made a video called Joining the Illuminati.
We are gathered here today.
Join the Illuminati.
Which, I mean, it could have just been a joke. It could have just been like a way to make some quick coin or something. You have to remember that with like the Illuminati, they put it in your face and then there's always like a double meaning behind it. Like if Shane actually joined the Illuminati, then he would obviously joke about it just like James Charles does, and then actually be in the Illuminati. Because he made that video where he was joining the Illuminati, and now look at him, look at his success with the documentary series. Like that came out of nowhere, and now he won like 6 streamies, I think. So I love Shane Dawson, and honestly, like this series was inspired by Shane Dawson because he's the conspiracy theory king. Yeah, it's kind of odd that like he makes that video and then like 3 or 4 months later is making these huge documentary series that get 20 and 30 million views on like Tana, Jeffree Star, Jake Paul.
I get this sounds kind of crazy. Do you think that he could actually be a part of the Illuminati?
Hey guys, this video is sponsored by
Illuminati.
Thank you so much, Kanye Taylor. It means a lot.
Hello.
James Charles tweeted after his new Morphe brushes deal. He said,
Surprise sisters, I'm in the Illuminati. JK, LOL, I wish.
and then he continued to explain his like Morphe brushes thing, but
Hello.
there's so many references where James Charles is like,
No offense, but can someone send me an invite to the Illuminati? Question mark, I want in.
that was December 7th, 2016, when he had like 2 or 3 million subscribers. Now he's at 11 million subscribers. It's just weird that all of a sudden, after these people start talking about the Illuminati, is when they get huge, massive amounts of followings. So maybe
His sister James sold his sister soul to Sister Satan. So.
You never know.
I think you just like sell your soul and then you're just like in it. Hello.
They rule the world.
Jeffree Star, he's just, you look at him and you're kind of scared because he's just very, I don't even know how to describe it. He's just very unique. Hi, it's a day later because I found some more interesting theories on Jeffree Star. Basically, the theory goes that Jeffree is secretly a drug lord. Some people think or believe that he uses Jeffree Star Cosmetics and the warehouse as sort of a front to illegally sell marijuana. Surprisingly, there's some evidence to back this up, and whether you believe it or not, I kind of believe it. He has a matte lipstick shade in the color Drug Lord, and then there's another lipstick shade called Dirty Money. I looked up the definition of dirty money and it says, profit from the sale of narcotics, prostitution, guns, or illegal activities, money that needs to be laundered.
Basically making money illegally.
And even though weed is legal in a lot of states, it's illegal to sell that weed into a state or into a place where it's not legal. You have to have a specific license to do so. The main piece of evidence that is fueling this theory is that his net worth is different from different websites. Like there's some that say 800,000 or 500,000, something way lower than what he's told the public. And then others say 50 million or 25 million. And we all know that he makes it easily $100 million plus a year. The interesting part is the gap between those numbers. One is below $1 million and the other one is like hundreds of millions. Who knows, just a lot of money. It all depends on how much is actually put down on paper during his tax returns and how much of that is legal or how much he's even documenting. In Shane's video, he said that he paid $20 million in taxes that year. And if he's making $100 million, that's about right. And it's obviously well known that he smokes weed and he sells weed grinders on his website. So he definitely has the capability to do something on the side or on the down low. Either legally or illegally, who knows? I don't know, it's just a conspiracy theory. He could also hire people to do it for him so he doesn't actually have to do it himself. Like he has an entire warehouse full of 100 employees that he is above, not to mention like other businesses, and not everything is documented on paper in terms of monetary transactions. So he could be like low-key paying people to do his dirty work for him. He basically has everything he needs to do that successfully without anyone finding out or without the government catching on. This obviously doesn't mean that he is like a huge drug lord or whatever. It's just a conspiracy theory. It's just a little weird if you ask me.
Girls, fucking start.
I don't know how to word it. It's the Juul conspiracy theory.
Okay.
This conspiracy theory will blow your mind.
Wait, no, we'll smoke your mind.
It's about your Juul. If you don't know what a Juul is,
Unsubscribe.
if you do know what a Juul is, I like you. The theory is, oh wait, I forgot to mention that it's the same day. I just slept like 3 hours. The conspiracy theory is that your Juul is watching you and it sends data to the government about how much you hit the Juul and how you use it, what pocket you keep it in. It's supposed to track you apparently. When you put it up to your phone, which I can't do now because I'm recording on my phone, it lights up. And people say that the government planned this and they knew that you would put your Juul and your phone in the same pocket and then they would sync through like magnetic shit and then they would watch you. Also, Juul specifically wants to make sure that you never don't have a Juul. That if anything ever happens to your Juul, you will always have one. The serial number you can enter on Juul.com and get a completely free one sent to you.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah. This is Bree. She is a hologram.
I don't exist.
While I was editing, I stumbled across this conspiracy theory and it kind of freaked me out a little bit just because of the evidence that it has to support it. Fortnite is filled with Illuminati and satanic and cult symbolism. These aren't just Easter eggs or what people refer to as Easter eggs. They're actual symbols hidden throughout the game that are found to be Illuminati symbolism. Keep in mind that this is a multi-million-dollar game, and even though it's free, so many 12-year-olds out there are spending hundreds of dollars on V-Bucks. Another thing is that while this game is in production, multiple people have to confirm and look at these detail changes and approve them before they're even actually put into the game. Now, coming from a frequent player of Fortnite and an avid gamer myself, Fortnite's pretty fun. Well, at least it used to be pretty fun. I think everyone who plays this game knows that Epic Games loves to make people think and to puzzle people to keep them guessing on what's coming next, like next season, next week, whatever the case. I have personally played Fortnite since the Purple Tactical, and if you remember that, then you're OG. Basically, they love to hide things throughout the game. Illuminati theories are most of the time always about the all-seeing eye, and Epic Games, of course, seems to love that. They even refer to the center of the storm as the eye of the storm. Which, yes, that's what most people refer to the center of a big storm as, the eye of the storm, but hear me out. Some examples of the symbolism throughout the game: the rock, which when you look at this image you can kind of make out the eye and the triangle shape. The graves in Haunted Hills, you can see the eye on the grave, and that's just kind of odd. On the side of the battle bus, you can see a triangle with what looks like a lightning bolt. I don't know, that's weird. There are multiple skins that have symbolism in them. This one is called the Fortune skin, and if you look at the top of her hat, you can see the all-seeing eye, right where your third eye is supposed to be. This next one I've seen myself too and thought it was kind of odd, but if you're flying close to Retail Row, there's a little shed-looking thing that's surrounded by a triangle of trees, and that's just kind of random. Like, why would they put that in there? Here's another example of the landscape forming a triangle around the building. This is a picture of a shirt that someone got when they were invited to Epic to test the game years ago, and you can see the Illuminati all-seeing eye triangle with lightning. Also on the money right here, you can see the same exact pyramid lightning symbol. And here it is again on the tank of this Fortnite player skin. And you can also see it on the chest piece of this neon skin. The next interesting part that you can see throughout Battle Royale is one eye symbolism. That's basically where people cover one eye and then they take a picture or something like that. It has a double meaning. Here you can see it on the loading screen. Here it is again on a loading screen option. And then before Season 5 was released, it was seen on the new updates tab. Being a conspiracy theorist myself, many people have suggested that when Season 5, the character Drift was released, it was part of a secret society. He also has weird occult symbols on his back and mask. And if you progress through that season and you have the battle pass, you start to unlock alternate forms. And at the very end, you see that he transforms into a evil or just an ominous looking version of himself with glowing red eyes and lightning. Some people believe that it infers that he is possessed. I'm aware that most other skins have glowing eyes as well. It's just for aesthetic or whatever they want to say it's for. That also includes the level 100 tier skin called Ragnarok. And honestly, he looks kind of terrifying. If you're not aware or you don't know what the term Ragnarok means, the destruction of the gods and of all things in a final battle with the evil powers. This is a kid's game, like a lot of 12-year-olds play it. The term Ragnarok itself is actually pretty creepy, and you can do a Google search on it if you want, but it is currently nighttime here, and I'm not trying to scare myself because I'm trying to go to bed at a reasonable hour, which more than likely won't happen, but whatever. If you remember when the cube first appeared on Fortnite, and it spawned in different locations and left weird symbols all over the map, in various countries around the world right now, there is a black cube called the Black Cube of Saturn. I personally don't want to go too deep into that because it's kind of scary. If you do a Google search for Black Cube Illuminati, this is what comes up. It's basically a symbol for global occult worship to represent the ancient Egyptian god Set, the god of evil, war, darkness, chaos, and conflict. Many people speculate that the cube is also connected to the same cult that the character Drift is a part of. Not to mention the cube makes a weird noise, honestly kind of a scary noise, and shoots out purple lightning bolts. And for some reason, Epic Games really likes purple lightning and lightning in general. I'm going to show a few on screen, but as I mentioned before, the character Drift, once you unlock his final form, has purple lightning emanating from him. Now I'm going to pull up a few examples of how Epic Games uses lightning bolts in Fortnite Battle Royale. No one's entirely sure of what these lightning bolts are supposed to represent. As I mentioned earlier, the weird pyramid all-seeing eye lightning symbols, so it's obviously referring to something of a darker nature or of an occult or secret society, but these are just a few examples, roughly about 25%. There are also some satanic references throughout Fortnite as well. Next is a screenshot of a tweet by Fortnite Battle Royale News. It says, update, if you convert the new audio played after calling the agent at the real-life Der Burger location, the following spectrogram is revealed. That spectrogram looks like it's using satanic symbols. Basically, a spectrogram is a visual representation of the spectrum of frequencies of sound or other signal as they vary with time. Spectrograms are sometimes called sonographs, voice prints, or voicegrams, and this is an example of what a spectrogram looks like. So I know this video is very unorganized, very messy, and like distraught, but welcome to my life. This is what it's like being me. I think that's it for this video. I know I only did 3 conspiracy theories, but it's going to take me literally a year to edit this.
Yep, true shit.
If you haven't already, then definitely subscribe because I put a lot of energy and effort into these videos and it hasn't paid off yet, but fingers crossed. Like this video if you want more of these videos because I have so many conspiracy theories that I found and that I want to talk about.
This outro is like not good.
So, yeah, I think that's all I had to say, but some of these theories are meant to be a joke and some are actually kind of serious. I kind of hate the video now, but whatever. Yeah, it's not like I spent like 9 days editing this or like whatever. It's fine, I'm fine. Thanks for watching.